Hey everybody, Natix here. Getting ready to go ahead and start up our next episode here. Today the plan is to show you guys how you can add in your own custom ore generation into the world, and along with that we'll be making our first patch file. Um, and I will show you guys some bad habits and explain to you why they're bad and what to do instead of what they are. Okay, so last episode we made our first items, which was tin ore and a tin bar. And this is fine and dandy, except for there's absolutely no way to get tin ore without spying in through an admin command. So we want to add it into the world so it generates like any other ore in the game. Well, the way to do that is we have to come over here, and there are two different files we want. First one's going to be in the biomes folder, and it's going to be this ore distributions.config functions. So first, we'll make a new folder, and we'll call it biomes. And we're not going to copy this over. I scratch that. We're going to go ahead and copy this, control paste it in here. This folder is a subfolder. What? Cancel. Control C, Control V. Okay, that was weird. Okay, so we're going to copy that over there, but we're not going to do anything with it quite yet. We're going to come back to that. So we can go back to our root. Next, we want to come down over here in our assets, and we want to come down to the tiles folder, open that sucker up, and then inside there we want mods, and this is where all the ore generation happens for the game. You'll see you got moonstone, moss, platinum, plutonium, chrysolite, snow, snowy grass, tar, just all the stuff that's um, an ore to the game that generates. Um, So we want to, since we're basing ours off copper, come right here to copper.matmod and copper.ping. And we'll want to set up the file structure up here. So we're going to go tiles and mods. Open up the mods folder, and we will just go ahead and copy these two over again. So Control C, Control V, and we'll go ahead and rename both of these so that copper is actually tin. That's not what I want. Okay, tin. Okay. Um, so then open up your map file with whatever file editor you're using, and we'll see in here that we've got mod ID, mod name, item drop, description, breaks with tile, health, harvest level, mining sound, mining particles, render options, and yeah, all the good stuff. So let me go ahead and explain this to you guys. Mod ID, each uh, map mod in the game has a mod ID. They can only go up to about 34,000, I believe, is the max number. I'm not 100% sure on that. I will uh, put an annotation on the video when I figure out the exact number. Um, if we go into the into here, some of these they range from 1 to over 2,000. So to make it a safe bet, what we're going to do for 10 is just do 10,000 to make sure that we're not messing with the current game. If you go over you know, actually, what we'll do is we'll make it 100,000. I know this is going to not work, and I just want to show you guys how you can debug when you make an error like this. So first, or next, we're going to change the mod name to 10, and then we have this is the name of the ore generation in the game. Where we have item drop and it says copper ore, that's where it's going to choose what item it drops. So, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could make it just drop a copper bar. So whenever somebody mines the tin ore in the world, it's going to instantly drop a copper bar. What we're going to put there though is tin ore, and then we'll just change the description here to tin ore. Breaks with tile being true. What that means is, so like if you mine the tin ore, the stone that it generates on top of is also going to break. If I set this to false, then what it's going to do is it's going to break the tin ore first, and then it will break the cobblestone or whatever the heck is behind it. So just for now, we'll leave that at true. Health, basically how long it's going to take for it to mine. Harvest level, the also affects how long it's going to take to mine, the hardness of it, basically. Um, I also believe that is affected by pickaxes. So like if I set this to like a 5, then a copper pickaxe won't be able to mine it, I believe, is how that works. We'll leave these alone because we're not really wanting to change any of that. Not going to mess with that. We are going to change this to tin, and that is it for this. So we can go ahead and hit Control S on that. Um, for our image file, it'll be the exact same thing we did before, where we'll just change the color of it so it looks like tin. And I will go ahead and just throw this in here real quick, and I won't make you guys sit here and watch me do this. So just give me a moment and I will be right back. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead and I've changed the colors on here. Okay, I'll reset that so that it looks more like our tin. If you want to draw your own ore, that's perfectly fine. I'm not wanting to make new assets right now. We're just editing ones that are already there so that it makes it easier for you guys. So we'll just go ahead and export this again, same way we did before. Starbound mods. No. My tutorial mod, tiles, mods, select folder, and this is going to be tin, and that's it. Save. Yes, overwrite. Exit. Exit. Discard. Bam, and you can tell that it changed colors. Okay, so there's that. We're done with this. Now we'll go back up to the root, go to our biomes, and now we're going to edit this. So we'll go ahead and open this up with Atom. And right away, you guys are going to look at this and go, what the heck? So basically, this file here controls where the percentage chance for ores generating in the world. And it is fairly complicated, as you can see. The best way to get an understanding of this is to just kind of experiment with it. Not sure why those are all red. That's weird. But as you can see, it's got the world broken down. So we got the surface, depth 1, depth 2, depth 3, and then core. You'll see that coal has a 90% chance. That's what the 0.90 means, is it's got a 90% chance to generate in most areas, and then a 100% chance to generate in depth 1. You'll see how each one has 6 different areas here. I can't really tell you what the difference here between each of these ones are. I don't understand it myself. I do know that some, like tungsten, changes its generation based on each one, but I don't really understand what that means. We're going to, again, copy based off of what the copper ore is doing. So we're not going to do it. We're going to do each one the same all the way down. As you can see, for depth 3 and core, we'll have a 0% chance, and then 60, 90, 75. But we'll change it up a little bit so that we can find it a little bit easier when we go to test the game. So first things first is we're going to just go ahead and paste one of these over right behind the copper. And we're going to change this to 10. And what we'll do instead of 60% for here is we're actually going to do 70% chance. and then just go ahead and highlight all that and copy it, and then we can just come through and we can paste it like so. And that will be, that right there will add 10 to the generation of the surface. Now we need to go ahead and add it to the rest of these. And here we're going to set it to 90, like copper is. And again, copy it. And then we can just come through and paste it in to each one here. And then paste it down here. And here we will set it to 80. I'm just giving it a little bit of a higher percent chance of spawning than copper. Make it a little bit more common is all I'm doing. And then down here, we will copy it or paste it one more time, give it a 0% chance, select it all the way back, and then we'll just go through and paste it all the way through. Okay, so now we've added 10 to our ore distribution. The game will read this and it'll work just fine. The problem though is that this is what we call a dirty edit. You have overwritten the vanilla file. And what I mean by that is if I come up, we have ore distribution here, and we have ore distribution here. What's going to happen is the game's going to say, it's going to load the vanilla assets first, and then it's going to start loading all the different mods that it's got, and it's going to see that you've got your own ore distribution, and it's going to go, oh, well, I'll load this one and unload this one, and this is going to overwrite. So I could take out all the different ores in this one, or if another mod edits this and then yours comes in and overwrites, it's going to basically cause a lot of issues. And that's why we call it a dirty edit. So what we do instead is we're going to make a patch file. And there's a real easy way to do this with a website called Patchmaker, or that. When I'll give you guys a link, and I will go ahead and do that. The way that we want to do this is we'll take our original, so open that up with Atom, and hit Control A to select the entire file, Control C to copy, and on the input, paste that in there. And then open this one, which we already have open in Atom, which is here, the one we just added 10. Hit Control A, Control C, and put that into the output. What this is saying is this is the original file here, and this is what I want it to look like after I have a patch. And the website is going to generate this patch file for you. So starting at the top, scroll down, select it all, and copy that. Now, if we come back to ours, where we just added 10, we're going to hit Control A again and Control V to paste it in here. And now it looks completely different, and you're probably sitting there like, well, what the heck does this mean? We'll go ahead and close that one out. This is a patch file for JSON. What it's basically saying is I have this ore distribution. Actually, this isn't a patch file yet. What we need to do is we need to come up here and put dot patch on the end there. Now it's a patch file. So what this is saying is it's going to look for ore distributions.config functions in the vanilla assets, and it's going to patch in our new stuff. And each function right here is one function, and what it's doing is it's going to say operation add to this path. Actually, let me go ahead and open up the old one again. And we'll split this to the right so I can show you guys exactly what's going on here. Okay, So it's going to say the path is surface, which is right here. And then in coding, 0 is essentially 1. Whenever you start counting anything in the world of programming, you start with 0. So what 0 is saying is it's going to start inside the surface uh, chunk. It's going to start with line 0, which is this whole line right here. 1 is telling you that it's going to start inside the second bracket. So like if we wanted to edit in something, like we edited this to be 0.1, then it would say 0, 0 because this line is 0, or this open bracket is the first one, so it's 0. And the second one here is 1 because the world of coding is just weird like that. Um, if we changed col here to 10, then instead of saying 1, it would say 2 because we're the second layer deep. I'll change that back to col. Okay, so then it's got the 2. What that's saying is we're going 2 over. So we've got 0, 1, and then we added 1 here, which would become 2. So it's saying right here we're making 2, and the value is going to be our bracket, 10, our percent chance, closing bracket. Exactly what these are. Just spread out a little bit. These don't have to be like that. You can close them up. And if I do, then you can see it looks exactly like that. Don't worry about the color of it. It's just being weird like that. But it's the exact same thing. It's just telling it where to put it. And then it goes through and it does it for each one. And what it means by add is it's adding it in there. If we had just taken out copper and done tin instead, then what it would say is it would say replace, and this would be a 1. So now it's saying to replace this item with the tin value. And we'll just hit Control Z. And that's basically it, guys. That's essentially how to make a patch file. I wanted to explain to you the logic behind that so that way, if you need to, you can manually code one. It's a little bit more time consuming than just pasting stuff into a website like I did. And again, I'll give you guys that link afterwards. Okay, so we've got our or distribution patch file, and we've got our mod, our map mod. So we are good to go ahead and test this, right? Maybe. So I'll paste this in here, and I'll just right click on Steam there, and we'll hit Starbound. It's going to launch Starbound, and it'll start loading here. We're going to get a little chucklefish, and then it's going to crash. Well, why the heck did it crash? If you ever start modding and you're testing your mod and the game crashes or you put in an item and it doesn't load, you're going to come into your Starbound folder, go to storage, and you'll have a starbound.log here. I'm going to open that up with Adam, and you're going to see here it's got timestamps, the debug uh, label, so info, warning, info, blah, 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 and then it's telling you what it does. So what you're going to do is you're going to come down and you're going to look for error. Now there's other errors in here besides mine because of other mods that I have installed. So first error, Opengl Errors, this frame, GL invalid. That's not from us. Keep going. Error. Error. Oh, here's some other. We got projectile duplication, and we've got could not apply patch from these mods. That's not us. That's a mod I have installed that has a bad error. Here's what we're looking for. Application exception thrown, shutting down. Here, let's close this so we can see. Error object, objects glitch thrown through Object material exception error loading mod file tiles mod tin map mod. And then if we come over to the next line, caused by material exception, mod ID 34464 does not fall in the valid range. I'm going to guess what that means is that this is probably the max map mod ID you can do, but I'm not 100% chance or sure on that still. Okay, so you see that error and you're going to go, oh, well, my mod ID is out of range. So we'll open this up with here again, and we'll just get rid of a 0, make that 10,000. Cool. We can come back to here, Control C, come back, mods, delete that one out, and paste. I'm sure somebody or some of you are going to wonder why not just work on it here. It's simply just for organization reasons. That's all there is to it. If you want to have your source code here and you want to work on it here, you can. I don't do it for several reasons. One, I don't want to have, when I'm playing my normal game, I don't want to have a mod in progress inside my game. Okay, so now we'll start up Starbound again. It's going to launch, start loading, get the chucklefish. And bang, no crash. We'll open our testing character. Now I believe as long as you did not go to the surface of the planet when you were testing out your mod yesterday or this morning, then you should be fine. The world shouldn't have generated. If you did go down to the surface of the planet with your test character, then you're going to need to either go to a new world, and of course it's dark out. Why wouldn't it be dark out? What I'm going to do real quick is we're going to do spawn item manipulator module, and we're going to do 200 of those. And I'm just going to upgrade this guy real quick, just so I can have everything and then not have to worry about it. And I'm going to turn down the music in the game. There. Okay, so now we're going to just kind of scan the surface here and look for a chest. Hello, chest. We're just going to look for some tin. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fast forward the game or the video here while I search for tin. Alright guys, well, I appear to have gone just about all the way around the world. Well, maybe not quite, but it's not spawning on the surface, and it definitely should be. So I'm going to say that I was wrong. You have to make a new character if you're going to add new world gen. So we'll just go ahead and make a quick character. And get in here, and we should be able to find it a little bit faster. I'll just cut real quick and I'll be back when I've got it. See you guys in just a moment. Okay guys, we're back, and as you can see, it looks like we've got some right there, so we're just going to go ahead and dig down. And as you can see, got 10 ore, 5 of them total. It's just right here between these two coal. And now I'm kind of stuck, but yeah. So we've found 5 tin ore at just small little vein. If we come back out, I'm sure we can probably find some more. Probably relatively quickly, I would assume, because we increased the percent chance. I didn't look very far before I found that. Oh, there's some more. Another 5. So what I'm not really sure about is how you can change the vein sizes. Um, Obviously, I know there is a way to do it. I am not 100% sure on how, but I will figure that out, and we'll probably cover it again later. But for now, that is it, you guys. Just quick, easy, show you how to get it into the world so that you can mine it. Um, so what I want to do is I'll actually want to give you guys a assignment for you to do. I want you to create a new item all on your own and just whatever random item you want. And I want you to create a way to craft it. Where you want to craft it is up to you. The easiest way to do it is you're going to come to your assets, and if you're not sure what the item name of other items that you want to use to craft it, you can find them all right here. Um, you can just go through any of these, and you can use whatever. Weapons, don't try and make it craftable by a weapon or whatever, because most weapons are randomly generated and have random names. So you're just gonna have a hard time if you try and do that. I would suggest just coming through the generic and crafting stuff, or just even just generic and going through all of this and finding whatever you want to make it craftable from. And that should do it. If you're not sure about the crafting stations, those are all going to be under objects, under crafting. Um, what was that? Was that under here? Yeah. Okay, so you got your anvil, your farming station, your furnace, your furniture, which is basically your wood crafting table, medical wheel, and sable. Those are your big crafting areas, but you can make it crafted somewhere else if you want to. It doesn't matter. But that's it, guys. When you do craft your own item and everything, and you got it in the game, feel free to post a picture of it on in the comments, and I will tell you guys how great you're doing. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next episode where we're going to go over um, how to make it so that you can know how to craft these items off the game, or learning blueprints and other. I'm not really sure. If you guys have something specific you want to go over next episode, go ahead and leave a comment saying what you want to go over, and we'll think about whatever the most people want. That's what we'll probably do. See you guys next time.